Cooper, Brian, happy late Thanksgiving. How you guys doing?
Ho, ho, ho.
Someone's in the holiday spirit.
Just get those sleigh bells ding-a-ling, wing, bing, ding-a-ling, too.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like a sales effort.
You have a good
You're
voice.
selling something. What is it? Serious golf thing. Do you guys get anything out of working indoors? Like in the winter, you go to the place and they're looking at your trajectory and all. Do you get something out of that?
I've never worked a hard day indoors in my life. I've been laying brick, working outside, roofing, cleaning, mowing.
Brian, you do it sometimes.
So guess what? I don't either, because I don't practice a whole lot. Do you? Cooper, do you practice?
I liked it. Like I'll. It's nothing for me to run over somewhere at 2:00, go and just chip and hit balls for 45 minutes, get in my car and go back and do what I was doing. Like just a little window, I'll go boop, boop. You know, I like to do that. I love to chip. I love to hit balls. Yeah, I'm great on the range.
I like to pull my car over on a freeway and just hit balls into the woods nearby just to get used to it.
Yeah, I like to just play. I play to practice.
Well, you know what's great? We got a real pro who's really going to make us better on this episode. And Max Homa is going to analyze your game. It's coming up next after this
Max Homa is here today. Just get those sleigh bells ding-a-ling, ding, ding, ding-a-ling, to
Max Homa!
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Brian Baumgartner. I'm here with my co-host, Cooper Manning. Hi, Cooper. Cooper.
Hello, Bomber.
Hello, Cooper. Cooper. And Kenny Mayne. First off, did you guys play golf this week?
I played golf last week at one of my favorite spots to be a guest, Preston Trail in Dallas, where Mickey Mantle used to do his work in the buffet line with nothing on but a smile. And,
That's right.
Yeah, it's we played a sixsome in about 3 hours and 45 minutes, flying around.
I love that.
How did they allow that at a fancy private course?
Because you can do anything you want at a fancy private course.
Did you wear pants on the course? I have heard told that doesn't always happen.
No, you can wear anything you want. Don't forget the buffet there too. The food is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Mine's not as good as that. It's just a municipal course where the regular people play golf.
Not familiar with that type.
I had played pretty well for me. I was even bragging to you guys on text, like, I got an 88, 87, whatever. And so I'm telling Joe, my friend, first few holes were like 1 over. We're doing okay. And I said, the good thing, my game has changed where I don't really fear triples or quads anymore. Like, it's just so rare that I make those type of mistakes. And then my tee shot on a par 3 goes like 7 feet. Then I hit water, then sand. I think I got a 7 or an 8 and still dealing with it. But I love the game. I'll come right back.
We've got a guest with us today. Very excited. And by the way, a great guy as well. Our guest today, one of the best golfers in the world. Since turning pro, he's won 6 tournaments on the PGA Tour and where I met him. Story coming later on the Korn Ferry Tour, a winner there as well. Please welcome my guest, some say the funniest guy on the PGA Tour, Max Homa. Golf clap for Max. How are you, buddy?
Hey, thanks. Happy to be here. You guys are 3 legends, so this was an honor. Thank you for the intro. I almost forgot to say thank you because don't want me to spoil it, but that was like 20 minutes ago. So.
little technology glitches here happening today in the world, but that's where we're at. How are you doing? You're out in Scottsdale now, yeah?
Yeah, I am. It's really nice here. I'm leaving actually in a few hours to Utah for a tournament. Hopefully pop over to LA if everything works out completely perfectly. My son was selfish enough to be born October, so I do need to be home for the birthday and the party, but hopefully can sneak out one night.
You're a better father than me. I don't think I was ever home on any of my kids' birthdays. I could give 2 shits about my kids' birthdays.
That's mean. I skipped.
You really could have cut that off and given me a easier bar to leap over if you wouldn't have said the second bit.
I skipped a Monday Night Football game in Green Bay to get back to Annie's Irish step dance recital.
I'm somewhere between you two then.
Probably up for Dad of the Year.
Are your kids golfing? How old are they?
I got a 10-week-old and an almost 3-year-old. The 3-year-old
How good is the 10-year-old right now?
10-week-old. 10-week-old still be. I've seen your guys' swings. The 10-week-old would compete. The 3-year-old,
Wow.
you might give you shots. But
Wow.
no, we're Ricky Fowler got us some Cobra Kids clubs. He likes swinging those. He's gotten pretty decent at putting, but his attention span is shorter than mine somehow. So it's a little hard to get the work in. We need to.
So, Max, you and I met 10?
2018 BMW.
Okay, you would know better than
I
me.
have a lot of stories about that one. Almost got kicked out of a dinner with you and Aaron. That was tough.
Yeah, so your partner that year, as I recall, was Shep Rose. Isn't that
yeah.
right?
Yep.
Shep
Good memory.
Rose from Southern Charm. Shout out, Bravo. Shout out Southern Charm. I was playing with Aaron, right?
Yep.
Or no, obviously
And
I
you
was
had
playing.
Tomasulo as your partner, I think.
I had Peter Tomasulo. He had John Mallinger. Lots of legends. We had dinners, and you won that week, right?
I didn't win that week. I did play well. The intro to that, though, because I've always wanted to talk about this. We're not all in the same room often, but I knew Aaron a little bit, but not like I'd never like been in the same like at a dinner with him or anything. I had chatted with him like one time maybe, but of course, big fan, Cal guy. And so that week, John invited me to go to dinner with all you guys, and obviously I know Peter and John, but I had never met you. I was really nervous, and everywhere you go with that guy, I don't know if how this is your life, Brian, but everything is like, back door security. It's intense. And we're in this dinner, and he's got 2 security guards in the room. I'm sitting in this one seat. I'm clearly the new guy. Nobody had been around me very much. And I went to go to the bathroom, and I came back into this private room. And as I walked in, I saw first security guard in line give me a look and then stood up to like kick me out. And I just remember being like, that's my seat, that's my seat, that's my seat. and he started to laugh. And then later in the week, I went out to watch. We had all had a bet on Sunday. I had one with John about him and Aaron. And I was watching them finish because I had played good on Sunday. I went and watched them finish. And I'm standing there just kind of by myself watching somebody hit. And this guy comes up behind me and puts me in a chokehold. And it was the security guard still laughing about. He's like, I don't know who you are. Because at that point, we'd spent like 200 hours together. But yeah, no, that was fun. That was fun as hell. Shep Rose is more famous in Charleston than Aaron Rodgers somehow. It was
That's the
or
first
not
you said
Charleston,
his-
wherever we were, Greenville.
I thought we were talking about Aaron Neville until that moment you said his last name, but Aaron's like
Andrews.
a highlight
Name drop.
player.
I don't full name drop. I half name drop.
Max, we have met before in New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't know if we properly met, but I went to a dinner, I think my rookie year, so probably like 2014 or something, maybe
Read out of
15.
that, too.
Zurich Classic. Colt invited me to a dinner with a bunch of people, said you were going to be there. You pulled up in the coolest car I've ever seen to this day. And then I was sitting on the opposite side. I don't know cars well enough, but it was one of those like old school. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Coop?
Oh,
You might have 1,000 cars.
No, that's the only car I had, and I just got it. That was my 40th birthday right there. So that your math is right, and that's what I got drunk in Mexico and got online and bought a 1975 Chevrolet Caprice convertible, baby blue, white interior.
Yeah, the color was nice.
And so I was riding that thing around. I was giving rides to people in the quarter, like just jump on in. Where are we going? And that's exactly right. Those are good times. Colt. I don't know what Colt does anymore. Is he in the business? Is he in the podcast business or the golf business? I'm not sure.
Colt's in the news right now for trying to get his amateur status back. He's become the topic of discussion somehow.
Oh, is he trying to?
Yeah, and it's been a big topic. Everyone's been complaining that ex-pros are playing in the Mid-Am, the U.S. Mid-Am, and that's how you get in the Masters and all that. And I guess Colt's trying to make a point, so he just signed back up, and now everyone's mad, which is so funny because if you're, he lives by us. We play golf with him all the time, and Colt's the best. But his golf game's obviously gone south since having 9 other jobs in the media space, and it's not like he's hitting it any further than he used to.
What's your opinion on that, Max? Is he what makes a guy worthy of losing his pro status and becoming an AM? What do you have to just start playing badly?
I don't mean this in like a callous way. can I swear on this thing, by the way?
Yeah,
I forgot to ask
100%.
Sarah. I don't fucking care. Like, I just have so much more going on in not only my life, but everyone else's life. So it's just not my fight. I think it's unfair that Colt can't ever play a golf tournament again or whatever, if that's one side. But the other side is it would suck to play against somebody like Colt, who is like uber gifted and talented and has played, in some pretty nervy spots. So I get both sides, but I just don't fucking care enough to have an opinion.
You have said that golf not only gave you a career, but also you met your wife through the game. Is that how did that happen?
It's a very embarrassing, but at this point we've been together forever, so not that embarrassing. I guess it worked out. I got 2 kids. So, I had known of my wife through the internet, how people do, young people do when we're in high school. So I knew who she was, had a couple mutual friends, always thought she was very good looking, and just never said a word. As always, I have no backbone. So it's been years. No game, dude. Did
you slide into the DMs?
Of course. So it wasn't quite DM, but it became that. So right after college, or the summer I turned pro, so right after my senior year, I qualified for the U.S. Open. It was at Marion. And the Thursday round, tons of rain, push back tee time till 5-something p.m., tee off the first hole, finish that, tee off 2, and then they blow the horn, and we just have to sit. We're basically sitting out in the rain waiting for somebody to tell us we can keep playing. So I'm on my phone, minding my business, and I see my wife Lacey tweeted or something, this rain delay is really killing my vibe for the U.S. Open. So I was like, well, there's literally no better shot for me to ever do. I can't feel cooler. I'm playing in the golf tournament. She's clearly watching. So I, pretty much said, tell me about it. And then weaseled my way in after that. So, fortunately that worked.
Did you DM her that you got a 61 on the north course of the LA Country Club? Is that what ultimately got you closer to her?
Man, if she gave 2 shits about that, I don't think we would end up getting married, to be honest. That she would have immediately said, okay, delete, block, see you later.
She cares about your score on LA like I do my kids' birthdays.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty similar line there, yeah.
Hey, we're having fun, but we have to take a break because we have to pay for all the equipment and whatnot. And then Max is going to analyze our golfing ability when we return. We're back with Max Homa. Many golfers have sent him videos that he's analyzed as giving back to the community and the game. And we've decided, instead of guessing his handicap, which is stupid because he's a regular golfer guy, he's going to analyze us. And we have made videos of our swings and sent them to him. And Max, it's your show now.
All right. Brian, obviously,
Nice hit.
Very famously known as Kevin from The Office. One thing is, it looks like you're swinging in that suit you had to wear to work every single day, buttoned up and everything. It bothers me that the follow-through takes up a lot of our bandwidth, and we can't give enough appreciation to whatever you're doing in that takeaway. It's like you got a swing tip one time for a drill and implemented it. And you're good at golf, too. I've watched, so I don't know how this all functions.
You don't know how this functions?
No, I mean, it hurts, brother. Golly, it hurts.
What's the little dipsy do, Brian? You told me right there. What is that?
It's a mental thing, but I make it physical, where I go out so that when I bring it back, I can come and make sure I'm on the inside. That's not a terrible idea, right, Max?
I did not say the idea was terrible. This is all in fun. Obviously, golf is impossible, but it can still be ugly. It can be ugly and work.
What do you think my handicap is based on that swing?
6.
Ooh. Yes!
That's a compliment. That's a compliment, man.
Nicely.
You just made his show.
I will take it.
Can I tell you guys the small bullshit, though, the guessing the handicaps is everybody who does this, I don't ever get to see a putting stroke or a chip.
Right. It's okay.
It's an impossible
That's okay.
guess.
It's just based on that.
It's a 6 of a golf swing.
All right. Cuppa?
I love how you still can't pronounce my name.
Cuppa.
Cooper. It's like a cookie.
Yours is short, simple, to the point here, Coop. I hope that you get this reference, but you have turned Manning face into a golf swing. It's not like overly ugly. It looks a little confused. doesn't seem like things are moving real quick.
Yes.
Oh, that
close.
is so
Could have gone
good.
one of two ways, so glad we all got that.
Oh, let the project begin.
Okay, here we go.
All right, Kenny. I gave yours a lot of thought. I'll let you
Okay.
swing it first.
Look at the patience I have.
The patience your caddy must have is significantly greater.
One hand, A-Rod.
I think somebody, rightfully so, back in the day said, "Hey, Kenny, you should switch to left-handed," and you took that as mid-swing. It's like you have like your coach yells in your ear and you remember halfway down.
Oh, you're left-handed.
I'll tell you where it came from. This is character assassination, firstly. I studied under Jim McClain, the famous Andy North told me to
God,
go to
he
him.
hates that you're saying this.
Losing business.
No, they told me that I'm too strong right, too dominant, and they worked on a drill where I would release just with my left to kind of get that involved, and it morphed into what you see right there.
Well, I think they really nailed it.
The putting
Wait,
style.
did you see the putting?
I saw it. So that's called side saddle. I think you do it. What you're doing, I would like it to be known, is illegal, but I
Yes.
can't imagine anyone gives a shit playing with you.
Nobody. Why does anybody care? We played in
Nobody
front
cares.
of the Royal and Ancients. They were looking out the window on 18, and they said, "Go on with your life." They didn't.
Yeah.
Say stuff.
The
So
same people that are concerned or whether Kenny's cheating by putting are the same people that are stewing every evening whether Colt becomes an amateur again.
It's amateur, yeah. We're in the same Venn diagram right there, just two circles.
I realize you're supposed to have both feet on one side of the ball. I'm 2 toes, my baby and my next toe. So send him a letter. Turn me in. I don't care anymore.
We do need to address this because he keeps talking about it's only 2 toes on 1 foot that makes this looks like a straight saddle. This
No,
is
no,
like
no.
a straight straddle job.
Bullshit. Go to
That's
the
a
bar.
straddle job.
We need a drone to show the truth here.
Max, if I recall, there was one time you hit a drive, maybe the furthest drive ever hit. I mean, it was like
477.
477, no big
yards.
deal. Uphill into the wind, soft.
Rain for weeks.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you got the middle of the facing on that one, or were you a little bit off?
I wish I had video of that, but they don't have video when you're in 30th or whatever I was. So every ball at the Kapalua golf course in Maui, like on 7, goes to the same spot. If you hit a good one, it kind of trickles down, either gets in this bunker or everything banks left to right, or it like just stops in the rough. Every shot. Well, so I hit mine just like the other guys did in my group. All look like the same line. Everyone says good shot. We get up there and I can't find my ball. I'm like, where could this be? And some volunteer goes, oh, it's up, on the green or by the green. And I'm like, well, that can't be possible. This hole's 500 yards. And lo and behold, I crest the hill and there's a ball on the front fringe. So it must have just hung left of the bunker, which I'd never seen before, raced down another massive half pipe. And then that was the most nervous I've ever been on a shot because I told my caddy, Joe, I was like, Joe, if I don't get this up and down, this is the biggest waste of a drive in the history of golf. But I fortunately did. And it's nice to know that not Rory, not Bryson, not DJ, not Tiger, not all these behemoths, just me, 477. And I will, as time goes on, people will start to believe me that it was uphill and into the wind.
It'll get further. It'll be 479 by next year.
I ain't worried about that.
Back to your 61 at the North Course. Did they make you wear long pants there? Is that what it was? Yeah, I protest.
Yeah, not my favorite, but it was for the Pac-12 championship. So coach said I had to play, so I played.
This was in a
realize that.
tournament.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I had a decent college career up until that point, but I hadn't officially won. Officially I had, but I lost in a playoff. So on Golf Stat, the thing we use, it would count as a win, but I had never gone home with a individual trophy. I'd had a second every month for I think 12 months leading up to it. So all I wanted to do was win a golf tournament before I finished college. I only had 3 events left, and you go out for the Pac-12s. The first day's 36 holes, and then you go 18-18. And I go out first round and shoot 61. And everybody under the sun is coming up to me, talking to me about it, telling me all these things. And I do not care. To be honest, I still don't really care. I wanted to win. So I'm like trying to eat by myself. I'm trying to just like get through, this like nervy thing. And so I was more proud of the next 3 days or next 3 rounds than that one. But it was a fun day. I also didn't know it was a par 70. So I had a 3-putt on a par 5 on 8. And I didn't birdie the drivable hole from the front bunker. Couldn't have been an easier spot. So I had a real chance at 59. So just like golf always does, I have more regrets about that day than joys. But I was just happy to actually win. But yeah, it was in a tournament. It was cool. It was really fun. Our team won. We had a really good, my senior year, my college team was the best team in the country. So it was just fun to keep winning golf tournaments with the guys. You get real close to those guys. So, those big conference championships and national championships are they're fun, man, when you can get it done with the fellas.
When you were out there competing in college at the highest level and then early on, was there a group of guys that that were at other schools or whatever that were up there and on the leaderboards with you that you got to play with?
Yeah, Justin, I didn't know Justin Thomas. Jordan was obviously also way up there. I never got to know him until after we turned pro. Okay. But Justin, I got close with. Man, a lot of people, the guys in I play on the Walker Cup team, so like Bobby Wyatt, Corey Whitsett, they both went to Alabama as well. Daniel Berger, like a lot of those guys. But in college, it's you just have certain guys you play with all the time, and Justin was one of the guys I seemed to get paired with a decent amount at the end of my career. We actually hated each other in college, man, hated. But finally, right after my senior year over the summer at amateur tournaments, we both got stuck at a table after everybody got up, and we had been drinking, and or I had been drinking. I think Justin was 20, but yeah, we got to be friendly.
I played a little golf with Bobby Wyatt before, who's works for Goldman in Atlanta.
Yep.
And everybody, and he played ahead of Justin. I was always curious. I mean, kind of the legend of Bobby Wyatt, why he didn't keep going.
I'm not sure, man. So everybody knew, in my opinion, that Justin had the it factor. He was going to win majors. He was going to be number one in the world. Like, he just had it. But Bobby was a surefire, will be on tour till the day he dies. He had the smoothest golf swing you've ever seen. He put the lights out of it. He just was good at golf. And I mean, he shot a 57 in high school in a tournament in the Alabama State Championship. Swear to God. 57. He horseshoed a putt apparently for 56 on 18. So he just smooth. And so it gets a little hard keeping up with people at times, because when I turned pro, he was still in college for another year. So we didn't really overlap playing professional golf. So I don't know the answer. I do know, though, that he's doing really well and he's super happy. I talk to him once a year or so. He's doing awesome. So, but yeah, that's just golf, I guess, for you.
I asked him one time about that. He said, I just didn't like it that much.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very real thing. You do it for so long. I try to explain to these people, Lexi Thompson has been getting got a lot of grief last year for retiring. She's 29, and it's like a half retirement, and everyone's like, oh, it must be nice to retire when you're 29. I'm like, well, if you just using my age, but I mean, I've been doing this seriously since I was 10, like taking it like a job, going every day, all that stuff. So for me, I'm 34, so I've been doing this for 24 years. So 24 years at a company is a pretty good run before you get sick of it. So I think that's a real thing with all kids who come through sports. You don't know that they've been doing this seriously till college, but It's not like they just picked it up when they were 18 and were good at it. We've been doing this a long time. So I have sympathy when people say, I just didn't really want to do it anymore. I mean, it's just a lot doing the same thing all the time. I mean, it just that since a kid, like, I get it,
This is our 20th podcast. I know exactly where you're coming from.
Let's take a short break. We'll come back and find out what Max does and doesn't care about. Max, you said, I don't care, jokingly, a number of times already in a short talk, but about trivial things, right? About not caring about the amateur thing. When you're on the golf course, are you able to take that attitude? You miss a shot, you go in the water, let it go, right? The stuff that none of us, or at least me, are able to do, because we always hang on to the missed putt and the missed drive and all that.
No, I'm awful at it. Try to be better. I think that's the game. I would honestly say that's what Scotty is the best at. Scotty Scheffler, obviously, best golfer I've ever seen in person. I mean, obviously, there's a care. We all care. It's impossible not to care where your ball goes. But I do think that the release of that while you're getting ready to hit it is the key. So I do think that as I've gotten older, things I've gotten better at times are when you're over the golf shot, like just doing, going through your process and trusting that, hey, if I'm going to attempt to hit a 5-yard cut, I'm just going to go up and try to do it. And yeah, that ball might go in the water, but I'm not making it any easier on myself if I'm thinking about where, it could go in a bad way. So I still care. I mean, I still get mad. I can't stand the game most of the days, but I do think that's the battle. And I think that's what he's so remarkable at and what Tiger was so remarkable at. All the best guys,
What do you think the biggest challenge is? Playing golf, walking over 4 days, where it's just so many hours of focus having to be spot on. What's the biggest challenge for you on a week in, week out basis?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think it's the balance of when are you going to focus? How are you going to lock in? Can you be yourself? I like to be somewhat light, but when I golf, I've noticed I get very serious the whole day, and that doesn't do me much good. It's just not my personality. I don't care about much, as Kenny astutely noticed, about a lot of things. I don't take myself seriously, but golf I take very seriously. It's the one thing. I've been doing it the longest. I work at it. It's only the job I've ever really had, and it's a serious passion of mine. But at the same time, I am still myself. I joke about things. I don't take much to heart, but when I hit a bad shot, it's like I'm that world's crashing down. So I think trying to get yourself locked in 4 shots and then go back to being yourself and just walking. Golf is, I think a lot like football in the way they say that, it's 60 minutes, but there's if added up, it's 3 minutes of actual gameplay. That's kind of like golf. Right. We hit a ball, you go through your process 30, 40 seconds, hopefully 66 times a day. That's not a whole lot of time, but you're at that golf course for 5.5 hours. So I think that's the tricky part or the hardest part. The rest of it's, we practice enough. We do all these things. It's the rest isn't really too cumbersome. It's just that seems to be the fine line between the great golfers and the good ones.
You made some changes in your team, right? How much reliance do you have on Instagram, internet golf tutorials? Do you look at those as well?
Tutorials, not much, but man, I will say I watch a lot of it just to learn a little bit. But you also realize that there's many schools of thought on so many things. Nobody should go on Instagram and say, "Ooh, that guy did that, so I should do that." But I still like to see. Yeah, that's all right. 2 hands on the club at all times.
No, but have you ever been screwing around and your feed populates, right?
Of course.
You're a golfer. You must be getting a lot of golf. Have you ever oh, this idiot just taught me something, or
I've tried everything. I've tried it all. There's a million of them. I'll give it a shot, then I'll do it and be like, that ain't for me. But yeah, I've tried them all, dude.
We talked to Bobby Flay on the show, and he said his dad made him get golf lessons before he went out and tried to play golf, but he let him drop out of high school when he was 16. I like a guy with priorities.
I like that. That's genius.
What do you like when you win, Max? I mean, you're a pretty level-headed guy. Do you get overly excited?
Obviously, other than just feeling a sense of glory for a little bit, it is the most validating feeling. It's fickle to actually win, so you kind of try to take little wins throughout a year or a career, I guess. But I work really hard at this. I care about it a lot. This is what I wanted, and I chase it like crazy. So when you win, it just feels like, God dang, I all that time was worth it. All the difficult decisions were worth it. Sometimes you're guessing on what path to go down on a swing or a practice regimen, and you can just look back and, kind of be proud of that. Again, sometimes you do that without winning, but when you do get to win that trophy, I mean, it's short-lived. You got to go to the next event. You're probably going to bogey the first or second hole, but you can enjoy that piece for a little bit.
Okay. I have a question. I have a dollars and cents question for you, Max. When you're in the hunt to say, I guess, in the hunt of cashing a check on Sunday, maybe it's, 5th or 6th, and then you're coming down. Do you think about, boy, if I could get 4th versus 5th, it'd be a nice little, extra comma here, or should I lay up and just go ahead and protect and try to make 5 and not hit the 3-wood, and there's water. I mean, is there some economic strategy to some performance toward the end of a round?
I can honestly say never once thought about it while playing. Okay. But I will say there are times when, especially as I've got older and crotchety, there are times when I'm, in 50th place going out, and I call it like a death march. Like, it's just nothing matters or whatever. Do remind myself I'm playing for money. So if I have a good day, I'll make some more money. Aaron Rodgers is the one who always texts me, goes, go get mama a new purse, like, let's go take care of Lacey. So I do think about that, but I've never made a decision on a golf course for a financial reason. That's for sure.
I think that's a really interesting question, because I can tell you, I mean,
some guys do. I promise you that.
Yeah, tell me, is this where it's coming from? Because I think sometimes when you're a viewer watching, you wonder that, right? Is that why you're like, when you're like, this guy can't win? Well, fine. But I do think about that. Like, okay, you can't win. Are you trying to secure, a certain place?
But even if you were trying to win, you might make decisions to preserve the best score on that hole, right?
Yeah, I do think that there's a pride, at least for me here, but like 40th is way better than 45th. That's just, I think, how we think. Like, I don't want five more people to beat me. So that's how I look at it. And then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, shoot, that made me, $3,000 more. But I'm not going to like lay up on 18 because I don't want to lose out on. I think the most important thing for like young kids, if this is like a thought when they're turning pro, is you do not lose $1,000 on 18 because you made bogey. You didn't finish the round yet. Like, you didn't finish the tournament yet. Like, you didn't. None of that is in your pocket. My wife will point that out and be like, that double cost X dollars. It's like, yeah, but like that was part of the 72 holes we went through. Yeah. But I get that thinking. That's how I look at it too. Like, oh my, Ludwig Ober made triple on 18, and everyone's going over what that cost him. It's like, well, was the 18th hole not going to count? Like, that's.
Right.
It should be the other, it's you could bogey the first two and not make another bogey for the rest of the tournament. You're going to win. But after two holes, everyone's going to be, rolling their eyes about how you're playing.
Why don't we continue with Max Homa frozen for those of you watching, those of you listening, you don't even care. Just like he doesn't care about stuff.
He just left. He's gone now.
He gone. There's a technological thing happening in the universe today, right? Brian was telling us the news story.
Yeah.
And we were impacted by it. And it gives Cooper more time to play an harmonica. Is that a true story? Your parents really tried to force you to music, or was that a joke? They really did push you to music?
No, they forced me away from it. I was a natural musician and artist, and they said, no shot, funky boy. Get a helmet on. Here's a basketball. Here's a baseball. Here's a tennis racket. Here's a left-handed putter. Go make it. Go make it.
Max Homa was a great guest. We got him for as long as he lasted, and we were going to wrap up soon anyway, right? I'm saying it's a victory. He analyzed our swings. We had fun.
I agree. Real quick, let's just within internally, Brian, what's the best shot you've ever hit?
The best shot I have ever hit, and I mean this sincerely. I think the best shot I ever hit was the 5-wood I hit at the old course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, given where we were.
Yeah.
And I hit another one on the other par 5. It just bounced off the mound, and I ended up 2-putting for birdie. But that was probably the best. That's probably the best shot I've ever hit.
And it was you were on in 2, right? You got on in 2 and made a 3.
Correct. The worst shot I ever hit, much like Kenny, at the old course, hit a car on his second shot. I was playing at the American Century in Tahoe, and I have said to people, many people have hit the people drinking on the beach or on the boats. Very few have hit them on their second shot, which I did. I hit it into the front bunker, and I had a downhill lie. And it was more not really front. It was more pin high, but short pin high, and I had a downhill lie. And I was like, gosh, I've got to get under this. I've got to get under this. And I was really afraid about leaving it in the bunker. And I took a mighty lash, and it went dead like a missile, like a Shohei Ohtani, like right up the middle, directly across the green, past the pin, and nailed a guy who was not wearing a shirt on his chest.
Oh my gosh!
And and he was on the second deck of a boat that was in the water. And as soon as I hit it, I put my head in my hands and looked down like, oh my God, I may have just killed somebody. My caddy watched the whole thing happen, and he looked over and he's described the guy once he got hit, because he was not expecting someone to be teeing off and him to be in danger, but he got pegged right in the chest, right on the breast, and he looked down at himself and just went, ow. That's the worst shot I ever hit.
Wow.
Just as Mazda brings you more of everything you love, we too here at We Need a Fourth are here to offer you a little bit more of our show. We Need a Fourth, More Than a Drive, is brought to you, guys, by our friends at Mazda. Thanks to Mazda's More Than a Drive, guess what? Here on We Need a Fourth, we get to do some more. Guys, question for today. What is more satisfying? A long, straight, beautiful drive down the fairway, or sinking a long putt? And I mean like a 30, 40 footer. What's more satisfying?
I think for me, it's got to be making a long putt because it ruins everyone else's day on the green. There's still hope for disaster once you're in the middle of the fairway. I made a putt other night on number 10 at ACC, and it had to be 40 feet. I mean, I was at the bottom of the green, and I made for birdie, and everybody just looked around like, what was that? And then everybody had these par putts, and they were like, pick it up, let's go, shit. And so I thoroughly enjoyed that. Whether no one will remember where I hit my drive.
So you are most satisfied when others feel pain, is what I'm hearing.
I would say when others feel disappointment in themselves.
You're sending people to counseling off the golf course.
I have a life coach card that I give people in the middle of the round.
See, I have made two 50-odd footers in front of John Buchagras, very good golfer and friend.
Yes.
And he's a lesson giver. He cares about you. He looks after you on the course. And I remember him saying that putt, that eagle, I actually made an eagle, believe it or not, will always be in your soul. And he meant it. He was very sincere. But that said, hitting the rare times I hit a decent long drive in the fairway, it sounds good. You turn your body, you start walking up the course, you twirl the club back, that's the kind of elation that I enjoy the most.
When you walk up the course, do you have to turn around and realize everyone else hasn't hit yet?
I have done that before. I just get in a tuck position like 30, 40 yards. I'm not walking back at that point. That actually brings up that's a good point. We've all played. Usually you stand behind or you're on the side and you're out of danger. Have you not been in danger many times? And he won't kill us probably. We'll just hide behind the cart, right? Don't you put yourself in harm's way occasionally?
I would say once a round, probably, Bomber, huh?
Yes, I will. I'll tell you a quick story as quick as I can. So, not surprisingly, I'm playing for money, and on the left side of the 18th hole at my home course is the driving range, and if you tug it left, you're OB and you're going again. I top my ball off the tee on 18, which is a similar theme for us. But I say, guys, I'm going up because the guy I was playing kind of tugs it, and I think it's out of bounds. So it's in by a foot. So I have to go all the way back to my ball. They all congregate. I hit that little secret weapon, PXG mini driver, right at them. It hits, shatters the windshield, and directly bounces out of bounds because his cart was angled. So I was going straight, but it hit it out of bounds. I lost the hole and almost killed my friend.
Was it a Mazda?
It wasn't, but Mazda would have kept it in the fairway.
Yeah.
Mazda would have kept it in the fairway.
Some
no
people
question.
would call for a do-over on that. That was an impediment to your shot that shouldn't have been there.
That's a word
we discussed.
In the rule book of golf, you don't see do-over much.
We discussed it, actually. I said, I know that there's nothing for me to do, but I had a conversation with the pro afterward to say, I mean, I know that it's out of bounds, but should it really be out of bounds? It's that whole new rule, right? Where if you have reasonable belief that someone has picked up your ball, you get to now replace it where you believe it was at no penalty to you.
What other parts of world that Kenny lives in does the word do-over come up? Like, I burned the potatoes, Gretchen.
Nope.
Fine, just
In Yahtzee,
do-over.
when we're playing Yahtzee, you do over all the roll if a die falls off the table, right? That's a do-over.
But yeah, I think that I settle on long putt because I think I agree with Coop. Once you've made the birdie, the hole is over, and there's no more potential for screw-uppedness after a great drive. That's my favorite.
Until your next drive.
Until your next drive. But that is my favorite. One of my favorite hazing phrases on the golf course, though, is when someone just hits it 50 yards past me and then ends up making double bogey on the hole as we're walking off the green. Great drive. Great
drive, Mazda. Great drive, Mazda.
Yeah, Mazda.
Guys, you know what's something we never have to worry about when we're on the golf course? Safety. Oh, well, except Kenny's playing with you. Then you're very much in danger. But guess what? Same goes for Mazda owners. They don't have to worry about safety. No, because Mazda has 8 2025 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards, and that's as of October 2025. Visit www.iihs.org to learn more about that. And that's because Mazda crafts cars for those who do more than simply move. There's more to move you. Move and be moved.
Max Homa, what a good guess. What a guy you'd love to play golf with every day. I like his attitude. You know,
I mean, based on today, he might quit after 15 holes, but that said, we would have had a great time with him. And I loved him as a guest, and I root for him now as a player.
He's a West Coast dude, you know, easy going.
I was trying to get into that question. Maybe I asked it poorly. I meant he's so chill talking about stuff. Are you able to translate that? And he kind of said no, right? He kind of said, no, I get pissed. My money's on the line. My career's on the line. So every shot matters. I get very, very serious about it.
What I really want to know is how much does your pairing on a day on the PGA Tour, how much does it matter?
It's got to matter. It's no different than you
matter, right?
Playing with someone you like and don't like. I play with people all the time. I'm like, yes, I get to play with him. And you play better. You don't care about things. You relax. Otherwise, it's like,
Yeah.
I say this was unconventional, but so is Max Homa, and so are you guys, and so is the show. And I feel like we've put enough time in.
Max can be our fourth any day.
Any day. Any day. Great guy. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.